It's CommonWell TV right here from Orlando, Florida. HIMSS 2019 as we're introducing you to some of our CommonWell Health Alliance members. And that being said, let's introduce you to one of our founding members, Cerner, and their VP of Interoperability, Kashif Rathore. And Kashif, what benefits has Cerner seen from the CommonWell Care Quality Connection, and what have providers been telling you?
Sure. Well, first off, thank you for having me. This is always refreshing to share my perspective and Cerner's perspective on how we're doing with CommonWell and with now care quality. In my view, we have broadened the data set reach for our patient population to make that accessible across a wide spectrum of providers with this connection between CommonWell and care quality going live. The reach has now broadened to thousands of new locations or new connections. And I think it makes it much more easier for providers to access their patients' information to serve them the best care, better outcomes, lesser variance, and hopefully a great stepping stone to the true nationwide interoperability in the historic. I mean, it's a historic event, in my opinion.
And so with that, the future then of the CommonWell Care Quality Connection, what do you see for the future?
In my view, I think getting additional venues like long-term care, home care, hospices, so it's sort of the LTPAC venues, payers data exchange, providers, beyond the providers, the patient's involvement is very critical. So we'd love to see more venues, connection points added on to what already exists in the wide spectrum, as well as add different use cases. You know, we've been working on on the notification component. I think that would be great to see that go live, and continue to iterate and innovate on this would be the hope and thought. I would expect this network or this joint venture to provide. As well as I'm sure the providers and the patients would appreciate it a great deal.
What is the interoperability vision of Cerner, and how do you feel CommonWell can help take that path forward?
Sure. Look, our vision aligns with the CommonWell's vision. We want to make sure the patient's information flows with the patient. It's low cost, no barriers. I would say that internally, we kind of, in Cerner, hope that this becomes interoperability becomes liquid to an extent where it's a utility, you know, kind of like you turn on the switch and the power's on, right? The light's on. So people don't have to go behind the scenes and put in that hard work. It just is there when they just flip the switch or click on a button or have a patient admission that just triggers the data back in.
So not just HIMSS 2019, but even beyond, what would you say to providers who may be on the fence about the potential of using CommonWell and how that can assist them into the future?
Well, my message to the providers would be that nationwide interoperability is a reality. With the CommonWell Care Quality Connection going live, it's added to a lot of care venues now that were not accessible in the past. Which are. There was a variety of different vendors, partners that were not a part of the CommonWell Health Alliance. Now you have access to those. So truly to serve best care to your patients, you have access to their information from a lot of venues and a lot of connection points. So it is really the time to join. Well, my previous CEO, the founder, Neil Patterson, used to say, when's the best time to plant a tree? And the answer to that is 20 years ago. So you could see the benefits from that, right? And then he would say, when's the next best time to plant a tree? If you didn't do it 20 years ago, today is the day to do it. So my urge to providers would be, we're listening to you, and we are making progress day by day. I don't think anybody should hold back.
One of the proud and founding members of the Alliance, Cerner. And for more on them, as well as our entire CommonWell Health Alliance, we invite you to log on to CommonWellAlliance.org. Thanks so much.
Pleasure. Thank you.